Friday. The original Friday Frenzy, presented by Pepsi, starts now.
Quite the frenzy. Some of us aren't even wearing shoes, but we're down to the last couple weeks of the regular season. Some teams have already locked up playoff spots, but some are still learning their playoff fate, aren't they?
That's right. Remember, folks, 5 wins is in the bubble. 6 gets you that automatic playoff berth.
Yeah, some of us might not have shoes, but these games are going to knock your socks off. Games for over 100, it doesn't matter.
100.
I wish we had 100 games to get to. Teams chopping at the bit to chalk up a few late season wins. Let's dive right into it.
Yeah, keep your socks on, Jake. Especially our WND match for the week. 5-2 Glenwood, 5-2 SHG. It's very simple, folks. Win and you're in. Buckle up. This is going to be a bumpy ride. Cam Brinkman calls his own number. The QB keeper touchdown has SHG in front 7-0. Then on the ensuing kickoff, Grady Mueller is going to field it at his own goal line. Runs left, get blocks, and folks, you know what we're going to do. We're going to speed things up and check out the ref over here that is keeping up with Mueller. 100 yards to the house. We're tied at 7, and the G-Men again on the doorstep. This time, Mueller doesn't have to work quite as hard. Just 3 yards to the goal line this time. 14-7 Titans, but the Cyclones battle right back. Trent Caldwell is going to bounce to the outside, down the sideline, 65 yards for the touchdown. We're tied right back up at 14. But a couple plays later, guess who? Mueller again, third touchdown of the night, 21-14 Glenwood. Under 4 to go, SHG trying to reclaim the lead, and they do just that. Mike Grosh walks in, and guess what? He's headed right over to the fans in the back of the end zone to celebrate, but don't celebrate too fast. The Titans back on the attack. Nadler puts it up, and Mason Newman looking like David Tyree. Glenwood back in front, 31-28 with just 38 seconds to play. But what do you know? SHG with the chance to tie a 50-yard field goal. Woo! Doink! Tom Davis doinks it in off the crossbar. Look at the student section. They're going crazy. SHG and OT, though, they get stuffed up. And now it's Mia Gerger with a chance to be a hero. She calls ball game. Glenwood with a thrilling victory in overtime.
Scary, but I knew we had it. I knew our defense could go out there and stop them on goal line. I knew our offense could get out there and score.
Our very own Ben Mack will have more from this game on the Frenzy 15, which you can catch in about 15 minutes on the WAD Now app.
All right, let's move on to another CS8 matchup. MacArthur won't be playoff eligible this year, but they will be going up against Jacksonville, and could they play spoiler? Big opportunity for the Crimsons. Deep ball, Crucifixio Mitchell falling back, and he makes the grab. Generals commanding the offense now. Sweet play to the running back, Caden Brown, and look at the poise. Not only does he stay patient, but he keeps those feet moving, and he's rumbling, stumbling, bumbling all the way up the sideline for the score. MacArthur marching again on offense, airing it out long. This is going to go way through the air. Oh my goodness, you can hardly see the ball, and he sent it so high, but it's Julian Garcia who reels it in for an enormous pickup, but Jacksonville gets the job done at home, 53-13.
And Eisenhower and Lamphere going head-to-head. Someone is leaving here tonight with their first win of the year. The opening kickoff is going to go to the Panthers. DeMonte Phillips is going to take it. He's going to get to the outside, break some tackles. He's brought down just around the 50-yard line, and that would help lead to Phillips. He's going to take the toss, and he's going to race into the end zone, and he's in it for the touchdown. Eisenhower would go up 8-0 after the 2-point conversion. And the ensuing kickoff, it's John Lee returning it. He speeds up the middle, and he gets tripped up around the 40-yard line before going down by the Panthers defense. And the very next play, it's Lee again with the ball. He's going to get to the outside, and he's going to take a big hit just outside the end zone, but he finds the end zone. We're all tied up at 6. Eisenhower gets their first win of the season, winning big 76-42.
Long road trip for Lincoln. 135 miles to be exact. Railers facing Quincy Notre Dame. The Raiders outside the red zone and en route in the receiver. Nice break on the ball by Peyton Brunner, but QND, they got the scrum, and now they got the score. But let's switch things over to the Lincoln side of the ball. Kyle Kohler with the nice open space, and he reels in the catch. He's rumbling, stumbling, and moving things upfield before finally being taken down. But Lincoln falls on the road 54-12.
To a very jumbled Apollo conference. Here are some of the overall records. It is make or break for a lot of teams in this conference. A lot of 4-3s and 3-4s. And you know what? Let's start with the 4-3s. Effingham and Mount Zion the winner is playoff eligible. Braves on the attack. Keller Stock's looking, but Michael Love not showing him any love. He throws him down, but it's not about how you fall, it's how you get right back up. And let me tell you, the stock is rising. Stocks escapes the pressure, and he's going to hit Ricky Jones near the sideline. Nice play there. That's going to get some nice ovation here from the Braves faithful. And hey, stay on your feet, folks. Stocks is going to hit Jacob Harvey for 6. Mount Zion wins 28-0. Charleston hosting Taylorville. Sets up an interesting, looks like we got the Williamsville logo right there. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. There's Charleston hosting Taylorville. Winner sets up an interesting week 9. The loser sees their playoff chances evaporate. Traylon Crouch takes the handoff, and he is going to go on a little adventure here. He shifts his way into the red zone. Charleston knocking on the door. And Ben Coffey with some extra caffeine on this one. He's in for 6, but Taylorville gets a crucial win, 35-23.
Now let's see the Moreau Forsyth Williamsville. The Sangamon title hanging in balance as Williamsville facing the second straight undefeated foe, Moreau Forsyth. Trojans ended a 3-game skid against the Bullets last year. And what will this rivalry have in store around this time? Williamsville down 14, but marching down the field, Gage Paul is going to go up the middle. A big hit across the line, but the Bullets are down 14-7. Second quarter now, Williamsville looking for another touchdown, but Jackson Sanders is going to be picked off by D'Angelo in the end zone. We have a nice first down there by Moreau. Next play, though, would be the pickoff by D'Angelo in the end zone for the touchback.
Nice lead,
and that one would end up now with 30 seconds before the half. Matthew Miller with the handoff. He's going to break some tackles and go up the middle for the end zone. And we're tied up at 14 as Williamsville, though, hands Moreau their first loss of the season, 28-21.
Big incident there. After missing out on the playoffs last year, St. Teresa with a chance to become playoff eligible with a win over Mater Dei. Mark Pokerwinski takes the handoff, and he's hunting for the goal line, and the dogs are growling. You know what that phrase, release the hounds? Well, Pokerwinski has that dog in him. Chalk up 6 more points for St. T, and that run game is something special. Caden Kernigan doesn't see an opening on the right side, opts for the other side, and he walks in untouched. The Bulldogs get to 5 wins, sneaking by 38-34. Now, Monticello football lost their first game of the season, but they've been surging ever since. 6 straight wins, outscoring their opponents 248-66. Sages have already locked up a playoff spot. And you know, it's all about seeding now. They're hosting Prairie Central tonight. Ike Young drops back to pass on 3rd and long and delivers a dart to Carter Foran, and he's brought to a stop, but not before making a huge conversion. Drive stalls, but another key opportunity. Young rolls out, fires, and finds Nolan Bucherkamper, and he turns it upfield and is taken down inside the red zone, and that sets up this play. Young from the 2. Sages opt to go pass. He doesn't see anything, so he takes it in himself, finding the end zone. Monticello keeps marching, winning 28-13.
And it's week 8, and ALAH is still undefeated, looking to stay undefeated against Arcola, and Arcola off to a quick start. Raven Wisman off with a one-arm stiff, gets a 40-yard completion, and Braden Phillips, the Purple Raiders, in the red zone. Wisman shows off his arm, and he's going to find the end zone with Cesar Riviera in for the touchdown, but Arthur responds. Easton Frederick takes it 47 yards to the touchdown, and if it ain't broken, don't fix it. This time, Maddox Stritt runs it in for the touchdown as the Knights stay undefeated, winning 57-10. And with Sullivan taking down Tri-County tonight, 47-12 for the second straight year, that will set up a Week 9 Lincoln Prairie Championship between Sullivan and ALAH.
Can't wait to see it. Bement hosting homecoming for CGB as they take on Argenta Oriena. Broncos trail by 2 touchdowns on the doorstep, though, and it's Dylan Davis taking the handoff and rolling over the defense for 6. Next possession, CGB with another chance. Eli Corpus on the give, cuts off the block, and gets wrapped up by a couple defenders, but he won't say die. Broncos get back even. Argenta takes over, though. Carter Logue on the QB sweep. Great blocking downfield. Look at the lineman up there. He's got some lane and he's got some speed. He finds Pater to get the lead back. Argenta wins 60-29.
Central A&M sitting at 4-3, a win over Hayworth, and they're playoff eligible. Hayworth is marching down the field, but Emmett Stanger is going to put an end to that drive real quick. He's going to get the pick and add some yardage after the INT. And folks, Stanger wasn't done just quite yet. Now he's going to go to work under center, and he's going to flick it over to Ace Spinner. Ace Spinner, one of my favorite names in the game. Takes 4 Hornets to finally bring him down, and the Raiders are on the doorstep, and the handoff is to Evan Pearsall, and it looks like he disappears here. Where is he?
He's tucked under there.
His Raiders roll big in this one, 35-14.
And Clinton was looking to erase a 3-game losing streak against DMAC. Maroons with the ball. Keaton Graves is going to find Colton Walker, and he's going to step out of bounds, though, but for the first down, and that would help set up Graves calling his own number. He's going to race to the outside and get into the end zone for the touchdown. but Deer Mac would have an answer. Tuck Hathaway the third with the handoff, and he's racing ahead of the defenders and finding the end zone as Clinton drops this one 38-20.
Two 7-0 squads duking it out on the gridiron. Leroy and Gibson City Melvin Sibley. Bo Zalesnik looking to run, but the Falcon defense just eats him up. But Zalesnik would keep his poise. Zalesnik here is going to hit Kobe Brent in the end zone. Kobe! The Panthers not letting up one bit after that touchdown. And again, it's going to be Brent. He was doing it with his hands before, but now it's time to use his legs. Brent is going to get the rushing touchdown right here as the Panthers stay unbeaten, 34-13. That was a lot of games.
Wow.
You know, a lot to
A lot
get
of
through.
counting. I feel like lost track after maybe
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 touchdowns.
Well,
That
we're
first
late in
Glenwood
this season. Now we got a lot of wins to keep track of. So, and teams to, making their bid for the
who's staying alive and
postseason.
who's not done playing yet, but season is kind of over.
And that's
Yeah.
2 walk-off field goals for our matchups of the week
Yes,
this year.
yes,
So
we got
who
some good
knows,
matchups so
maybe
far.
next week we get another
Frenzy
one.
bump, it's a thing. Well,
That's-
on deck, it's our WAND Athlete of the Week, and we went back to the gridiron this week. Anywhere you look, it seems our selection this week is making something happen on the football field. We'll show you who it is next, but first, let's hear it from our Sages student section pink guy.